The complete void is not formed by individual discrete points separated in fact, but the immensity of the complete void is a continuous way where one can locate virtual points or points of always only local and limited validity that always have one and the same continuous nature, the nothing, the complete emptiness. The imprecision or natural uncertainty in the exact location of a virtual point or point of validity that is always only local and limited in the continuous void makes the distance between any two points situated in the void continually vary, making the virtual string tense, the natural connection by the void that always joins any point situated on it by suffering these pulls caused by the natural variation in the distance between any points stretch and shorten, naturally oscillating up and down with frequency well-defined and wavelength. Once any virtual point is located or chosen in the immensity of the continuous void, there is a spontaneous displacement of that point given by the natural uncertainty in actually establishing its isolated position in a continuous way. The tension or force between two joined points performs work, that is, between 2 points in displacement relative to each other, there is a movement or, what is the same thing, there is a change in potential energy. The virtual points or points of always only local and limited validity situated in the void present displacements due to their continuous nature of being united or inseparable, even when they are very far or distant from each other. When a point in relative rest moves spontaneously by its nature of uncertain position, or inseparable from the infinite other virtual points of the void, between any 2 points of the void, a potential difference appears. The measured void is called space. If space were not continuous, if it did not keep all the infinite virtual points that we can locate in it, always united in an instantaneous way, forming a single whole in its most intimate nature, physics would not work, and the universe would simply not exist. Strong evidence indicates that all matter and all energy that make up our world are just relative oscillatory movements on virtual strings that connect any 2 virtual points across the void. The infinitely extended continuous void is in its most general form totally symmetrical, the same everywhere and in all directions. The universe in its infinite extent shares this regularity of space by being based on it. Newton's first law and Einstein's first postulate confirmed that everything that exists in the universe and that forms our world exists only as a relative or virtual object. No material body, no field of forces, and no form of energy has a real nature other than relative motion, which is only valid when compared to other virtual points that we can choose in the void. The always-only local validity of the concept of motion makes time an invalid concept for the case of the universe as a whole. Time is a physical phenomenon whose validity is always only located within the universe. Time always occurs in a relatively well-defined region within the universe, and there is no single rhythm time that serves to establish by time measurements for the universe as a whole. The universe is not subject to time, it is outside of time, which is why the eternal universe in the sense that time does not serve to regulate or set a rhythm that serves to say anything about the universe as a whole, such as the aging or evolution of the universe, for example. The universe as a whole is the continuous void infinite in extent. The void, being continuous and infinite in extension, always presents a relative tension of well-defined average value between any virtual points located in it. The value of the tension existing in the void can relatively vary around its average value, since all relative movement between any virtual points in the void always and only in relation to the continuous void. That is, there is no solid, real, different basis. Beyond the continuous and extensive void that is moving to form what we call our reality, the special theory of relativity refers to the comparison of measurements made on different inertial systems moving with constant velocity relative to each other. The fact that two or many inertial systems move inertial relative to each other without any prevalence of the state of motion of any one over the others reveals two fundamental characteristics of the void. That the void is a continuum, so a point in relative inertial displacement through the void never stops because it is indifferent to the position that such a point occupies in relation to all other locatable points in the void, and that the void is always uniformly tense between any points this void, so an inertial system never loses its shape or even changes its relative constant velocity when abandoned by the void. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to my channel and give your like if you enjoy it.